be too bad. For example, like a route into the Weaver, into the puck, right? That can't be avoided. Doesn't sound like completely awful to me. It's a really weird build-up, certainly, but you know, this is again a hero that can at least get the money to get that online. You know, whenever I see the offlane alchemist, I'm a little bit more preferential towards it when it is picked with a, you know, a more straightforward ag scepter carrier, like a bristleback, for example. You know what I mean? I do think those tend to be the better alch offlane games, but I could still very well see a situation where perhaps the Zeus ag is that kind of ag scepter. I'm not so sure, but we'll have to see. I have to say, though, of course, I always counter you with my favorite purge clip of all time, as Flea will be able to plant that ward. Ooh, well, you probably know he got in here a little bit sneaky-like. There's a couple good luck, have funs. My favorite purge clip of all time, of course, is going to be, yeah, nice D-ward, is when, I don't remember who was on the team, but it was one of the first majors where SA was really popping off, and they kept dropping items and like fake denying them just for fun, I guess. And a Jug did it at some stage, and he went on to this whole rant about how that was the dumbest thing he'd ever seen because Jug has a low base attack time.
He's the lowest, one of the lowest.
And then he did the calculations of how much time he had to actually stop the attack before it connected.
My favorite part of that story is that after this whole rant happened, you know, and it was post-game, they asked the Brazilian players about that, and they were like, oh yeah, we've actually been practicing that for months. We do scrims just to see how quick we can not deny items on the chat.
I remember Purge, he was just talking about, like,
couldn't believe it.
Something or another, just a series point of analysis, and he'd be, I just can't believe what I've just seen.
Yellow guys, do not try to do this in your pubs.
Yeah, do not try to do this in your pubs.
It's a terrible idea.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, we're gonna see how these lanes go. I actually think these two lanes are pretty even, I'd say. They have different timings. For nouns, you have like this really quick, you know, outcoming online, either giving the early ags or just outcoming online and ganking the whole map, which I think is pretty solid. But I think the lanes are a little bit weaker. Whereas for Alpha, they have pretty consistent lanes. Kind of hard to lose these lanes with Warlock, Weaver, Puck, you know, they're solid laners. And a very, very powerful mid-game power spike.
So far, pretty even. Not a lot of spells casted by Gunnar early on, just relying on the right clicks of the Zeus. Even finds himself a deny. Black Soul, or just Soul as he goes by now. Fairly well himself, though, on the puck. Gunnar just... Okay, there he goes. Now letting a little bit of the mana rip. Utilizing these spells. Here's Z-Freak now over on the position 4. Ember is taking a bit of a beating, as Moo is going to end up stunning himself over there.
No, did you see what he did there?
Did he secure the range creep with it?
He secured the 2 assets with it. I've never seen an Alk do that.
Z-Freak? Oh.
Is that actually worth? Was that on purpose?
I'm not sure. Pingu, by the way, this is the build, by the way, going for the Blightstone early.
The Stinger! Yeah. This is the build that Stinger was really fond of. You just go for Blightstone all the time and just actually have some damage in lane. Your auto attacks are not that bad. People underestimate Warlock's base damage. It's kind of decent.
Decent range. Your attack range of 600 is above average. I believe 400 for ranged heroes is perfectly average. Like if you look at Bane, for example. Yeah, 400.
It's 400? Oh,
yeah, 400 is the base. You know, it's kind of hard to really do that with like, ranged heroes because they're a little bit more thematic. But if you roll the dice, most of them will have around 400. Again, Snapfire doesn't, right? Just to prove the point home.
Would it be median? Is that the term, I guess? Because you line them all up like the most average-ish range, right?
Yeah, that could be. I'm not so sure. And I just, you know, I know that whenever I get my math turns wrong, you get mean, so...
I don't know. I never studied math.
No,
only did 2 years in uni.
It was a joke. Mean.
Oh, that was very good.
You're just not on math mode right now.
No, I'm not. Pingu dies in the top lane. The issue with Blightstone, of course, is you try to play more aggressively and they will punish you here. I'm wondering if that's actually something Alks do. I'm sorry, I'm just really bent on that play. Like, do you usually charge Concoction and like hit creeps to hit them all at once?
I have seen Gremlo charge Concoction when a puck was in phase shift and then just stand right on top of the phase shift.
No, I've seen that. I've seen that. But to last creeps is like, I mean, maybe it's just a very basic thing that Alks do in pubs, and I just have never seen it. I'm not an Alk player myself.
Yeah. But this is going to show how easy the lane is. Yeah, for Rice, lots of minus armor here as well. My goodness, that actually did quite a number.
You think that this is a game where Warlock... Because Warlock used to go for these items. The Medallion, for example, is very popular. You have a lot of minus armor to play with. Do you think it's worth it?
Yes, I think it is, actually. I always, when I decide on what to build, I think, well, what do you really want on Warlock? This game, definitely a Glimmer Cape seems very strong, right? Glimmer Cape is going to, of course, help versus the Zeus greatly. The Alk help like cutting them out. Ember, Jug, right? A very good item. And then, like, what else do you build on Warlock? Shard, these days, 1,400 gold. You can go into the Locket, but I do think stomping for that intermediary item of the Medallion, as you say, is great. It gives you a little bit of bonus armor, good mana regeneration on that thing as well. It's just such a value item. And if you look at what it does for the rest of your team, the Weaver obviously is very strong. But even the Mars on this bonk, you're going to end up increasing that damage. Flea's a little shredder as well. Allows the Puck to pump out more damage because, of course, the Pucks these days do end up going more into Witchblade. Yeah, I think it would be a pretty good idea. I'd like to see it, for sure.
We'll see how this mid lane matchup goes as well. I want to talk about this as well. The Zeus versus Puck, traditionally very Puck favored. That was the case before. But I've talked to mid laners recently, Analog particularly, who's a Zeus spammer, and he thinks that it's actually very Zeus favored now because as soon as Puck gets close to you, the Zeus just bursts you, and then you can jump away. So it kind of depends. I guess if Black Soul has a couple of like heroes to come with him, right? Zeus can be bursted as well, so I guess that's something to consider. But it does not feel like as bad as it used to be.
And even the Zeus base right clicks are pretty strong. Puck was one of those heroes where I always said, well, the base stats on Puck aren't too bad. They're even better for Zeus, actually. 4 armor, 77 base damage. Some more stat items purchased, we should say, certainly. Even though one of these circlets has gone into the wand for Black Soul. But it's pretty close. In terms of how many bonus stats they have, and the Zeus obviously scaling a little bit better, which is base right click. So no, I mean, you're completely right, especially thanks to this heavenly jump. And Zeus enjoyers, spam it while you can. I don't know when we're gonna get this patch, but that's gonna go. I think a tiny avalanche is gonna change as well. There's a couple of things I think that are very high on Ice Frog's list.
I think Avalanche. I think Avalanche is definitely up there.
No, it's gonna get Avalanche into the dumpster for sure.
Avalanche. Ah, look at that. That's good.
Moo, look, making a sneaky play here.
Is he just doing for last? Oh no, he is. It's a sneaky play. And with the acid spray first to actually amplify the damage.
Nicely
well done.
Yeah.
Infused raindrops, I think, on the Weaver don't help you against the concoction.
Yeah, I think they definitely.
Was that what I just saw?
They definitely went off, is what I saw.
Okay, it was the Searing Chains, of course.
It must have been.
No, it was the Searing Chains. I'm just pointing it out that it's only going to help you against the Ember.
It just says, magic damage.
Magic damage.
So you're right. I thought if it was spell damage, right, perhaps
no.
done something. No, but you're completely right. Nice little fancy move there.
Yeah, very good. I like it a lot.
Luckily, I was able to toggle over to the vision, so we did see. Yeah, it was just a straight up good play by Moo, to be honest.
He doesn't have many last hits, though, so these fancy plays are great, but like he's still at 14 last hits, which is not great for this lane. Now they're going for the same play on Pingu. Searing Chance to set up for this. Once again, the acid spray dropped immediately, and Pingu could be in trouble. He's going to die. Sleight of Fist from Z-Freak. As Rises wants to punish Moo. Moo activates his double concoction. You hear the uncorking of the bottle. And he's trying to find the kill onto the Weaver, or actually, just trying to get rid of the Weaver.
+3.
Yep.
You needed that one.
I mean, the Swarm is actually kind of nice for the Alchemist. One extra last hit, which you kind of needed. Bottom lane, though, the Bane is in trouble. Husky did have a strong wand. Didn't bait with it, though. Instead, they just want to go for Flea. Flea gets targeted by the Brain Sap. He also uses the wand, but the Thunder God's Wrath will finish him off.
Triple Bracer.
Yeah, it's true. Interesting. He has been hit by the Dream Cold now. Double damage on Soul as well, which forces Costabile to die. And now Husky, regretting his choice to stay here as long as he did, at least gets a Nightmare off. Monster Autumn mana. The Puck can still chase after them, but... Oh, they actually will commit to this? Yep. Jaunting to it? No. They decided it was too late.
The Zeus right clicks onto tower, starting to add up a little bit. Another sneaky play. Rises this time, though. Ooh, caught underneath the Sentry Ward. Does not have time left. Searing Chains. The Acid Spray is not affecting Rises, though. Keeps him alive a bit longer as he does fight now. Trying to get this kill into Z-Freak. Doesn't give him the level 6 he needs, though. And Moose still has the vision. Another Unstable Concoction thrown. Needs a second right click and will find it. +9 gold there for the kill onto the Weaver. 1 HP on that courier, unlucky. And Husky does die bottom. Looks like the Puck did stick around. Eventually it earns the kill. Rises, stealing a couple of CS away from the Jug. Pretty value there. Always want to make the cores annoyed, make them use their abilities to last hits. Well, here, another TP is coming. It's Husky. He's only level 4, though. There's a lot of heroes right now with their arrows pointing top, particularly from the side of Nouns.
Oh, Nightmare. Okay, this is the combo we've seen a lot, which is the
4
Bane
heroes.
Plus Alchemist. Rises. He's going to die. The damage is so high. Yeah, maybe the Axe is not really the point of this Alchemist. It's really just the lane.
Yeah, I guess it could be. I mean, as soon as you have the setup
you
on
go for
Weaver,
after?
he's just unable to really get out. Yeah, I think Horus might be the name of the game for him. Wraith Pact, yeah, it seems okay. Genuinely, Ava, I don't always say this, but I think it might not be a terrible Crimson Guard game.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Pipe. I actually think it's a good Pipe game, too. You know, because Kisses, Puck in general.
Kisses and Puck.
I don't know, Fatal Bonds is not magical damage.
Fatal Bonds is magic damage.
Oh, it is? Okay, so then Pipe is actually kind of useful.
Actually,
Not sure.
percentage of damage dealt. It might be percentage of the damage
I
dealt.
don't know if it was like HP removal, like it used to be.
Yeah, that's a good question, actually.
Because they removed a lot of those and I kind of forgot.
Yeah, no, you're right. Actually, I should give that a quick search in between games just to see how exactly that works.
I'm sure chat will correct us, so we apologize for not knowing this. But
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. It's going to be the Dahawk version of Offlane Alchemist with the Radiance instead.
okay, I've seen this actually. It's actually a North American build. It was invented here. I don't know if I'm that big a fan of this, but I guess with Jug, which is a kind of active carry, I'm not that bothered by it.
Yeah, I'm not too opposed to it. Defrick is going for a typical early item Ember build on the support anyway, which is the Urn of Shadows. Might eventually build into a Vessel. Not the worst idea, but I don't know if it's exactly the most value item for him and this team this game. He's coming bottom now. Monster is going to be set up on here as Moo looks to close the gap. Or not to wake him up here. There's going to be the right click in time. Perfectly timing this one. Flea gets him the cookie out, but Gunnar as well as TP'd on over, and with another stun, they've got another kill onto Monster.
Okay, the Mars gets taken down here by Nouns. Kind of an important thing, honestly, because Mars is supposed to be the game setter together with the Alchemist. I feel like Alchemist doesn't need as much items. Unstable Concoction seems kind of broken, honestly, but the Mars does need the first initial item. I'm kind of curious as well what he's going for. Is he going to be going for... Oh, we're actually not seeing a first item yet. We'll see. The Bracer build. Mid lane, they're going for the Ember as well. Ember will die. Gunnar trying to finish off this puck. The jaunt is obvious. Nightmare sets up for this as they have a Brain Sap. I think it should just be enough.
Yeah.
And they actually give it to Gunnar instead. Oh, they denied that rune, but in exchange, they're going to pay for this as the Snapfire has been Fiend's gripped, and the Snapfire will die.
Yeah, and Gunnar got the Arcane Rune as well, so Pingu might actually take a death here. Another Heavenly Jump slows Pingu, but luckily the cooldown's a bit too long, and Zeus not known for his ability to tank a Tier 2 tower, so Gunnar will eventually be forced back.
Yes.
But this is a promising push now for the Tier 1. Warlock still not up to level 6, not even close. There's no kisses either here for Flea. That is the biggest concern I'm seeing right now here for Alpha's early skirmishes, that they really lack the levels to get the supports involved.
And Moo is full on farming, so I guess that Moo is just acting like he's the carry right now. He could be in trouble though. Activates his Steel Concoction, blocks the kisses. Well done, Moo. Now walks in them. It's important to bathe in the fire of your enemy before you die, and Moo will lose his life. Because Stabile does not want to join this fray, so let's move on.
He's got Omni as well if he really wants to, but he doesn't really have the damage. Going for a ring of Bazzi first, casually. On the Jug, and then into the more normal Maelstrom build for him, as they desperately trying to give Pingu up to level 6. First level 6 usage there of the Snapfire. A little bit easier, of course, when the Spear connects, but they still put together a kill onto the Alchemist nonetheless, so they're going to be fairly happy with that, especially because he's going to take a lot of farm on the map, especially once he gets this Radiance online. He farms just very quickly, right? Radiance still one of the best farm items in the game, full stop. And it's not going to be a lot of safe farm for his Zeus, for his Jug to take. I do wonder how they're going to make use of that. I mean, that was certainly an unstable concoction on purpose.
To farm faster. I want to watch this whole replay and just watch Moo for the whole time. I wonder how many times he's done that. Maybe there's so much more complexity to Alk than I thought.
That was the first one I've seen. You could tell me move my camera around because I thought for sure I was missing another initiation down
Right, because you
bottom.
can hear the...
Yeah, you can hear some sounds a little bit globally, right?
Yeah, the unstable concoction is a pretty loud sound. Because when you uncork a bottle, you gotta invite all your friends over, so it's important.
That's exactly right. You can actually uncork a bottle and be very silent with it. That's the way you're supposed to uncork a bottle of bubbles. It's supposed to be done very quietly.
So you can sneak it.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
They call it the alcoholic uncorker.
It's so you can drink it on the plane.
that's I'm sure really cool here. Unstable concoction used by the elk.
What is this?
That's good damage.
That is good damage. Is a little shredder? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it is maxed. I was gonna say.
So they are doing a little bit of minus armor shenanigans.
Yeah.
The Warlock just going into the regular build. Nothing wrong with this, right? I don't know if you want to go too overboard. Here it goes again.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
All right. I'm just an idiot, and everyone in chat has seen it, but I'm really fascinated by this idea. I wonder what the calculations are. Right?
he's-
You're just going for it.
I mean, this is the right camp to do it to, I guess.
Surely,
It is-
if they find you doing this.
It is pretty funny, I'd have to say. It is pretty funny. And let's see, I'll just keep them... Okay, another acid spray there. We'll just keep...
Husky's like, I wish I could stun myself to take creeps. Oh, they're finding Husky here.
Find some time.
He just keeps doing it.
He's
I
just-
kind of want to just watch the Alk the whole game.
No, yeah, don't worry. I'll keep tabs on.
Okay. It's just Alk is
I'll
one
just-
cam.
I'll just jump over.
I wish
Yeah,
we had
that-
JJ, so we had like Alk cam, and then
I wish.
Yeah.
I wish. You know, we could set that up if you wanted to get on that computer, but that'd be a lot of work for you having to click buttons.
I could. You want
Oh,
to do
there-
that for
there he
next
goes.
game?
There he goes again.
You want to do that for next game? If they pick Alk, we'll do that.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
do,
sure.
We'll do Alk
If
cam picture in
if
picture.
if they pick Alk, we'll get it set up.
Awesome.
We can definitely do it with this setup right here.
Very, very exciting, guys. You guys are getting an Alk cam.
Yeah, you're gonna
Anyway,
get the Alk cam.
looking at the rest of the game, this is not looking that great for Nouns, honestly. You have an Alchemist who's farming our Radiance. He's taking forever. Oh my god! No way! No way! That can't be value. That cannot be a value.
He didn't even kill.
Under attack.
He didn't even clear the camp. I like how you tried to not talk about Alchemist for a second, and he denies himself. One of the
Few
two
heroes.
abilities that can still deny yourself.
So
No, because they
Alk?
got rid of techies.
Yeah, Techies can't, right? So Alk?
Uh,
No, Pugna. Pugna can deny
Pugna
himself.
can deny
with life
himself
draining to
if he
death.
life drain an ally. That's very true. Literally, I mean, that
Right.
man's already skin and bones, but
Let's go back to serious Dota analysis, right? Now should be... They have such a slow draft that I feel like you're giving a lot of chances for Alpha to recover from this early game. Mind you, I think they scale really well with the Zeus and Alk and everything. He's going to keep doing it, I hope. He's not going to give up now. But I do feel like Alpha can have a pretty strong win opportunity now, especially with this minus armor strat. Like, these strats were very popular in Eastern Europe, for example, a long time ago, and they get online quick, and when they do, you don't really have much of a response, because there's no save or anything you can build against this, right? So, we'll see. Kai and San just not particularly great against this. A lot of HP, they just tear right through it if you have enough minus armor. Feels like Weaver will have a really good game. What items is Mars going for? I did see the Triple Bracer, which is a older build, straight into BKB, so he is looking to be more of a fighter. Moo in trouble. This time he's going to stun the Snapfire, though.
oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I didn't know you could throw it, actually. There's the Trim Coil used with the Arena of Blood. Only catching Husky, though. They break the coil as they also pin him to the wall. Gunner wants to fight against Flea. Flea, apparently the target Omni Slash, is divided among them. But the Thunder God's Wrath brings down both supports as the Chaotic Offering is used by Pingu. At least the Chaotic... I mean, no. It seems like a waste more than anything.
Yeah.
There was not really much counter initiation.
No, yeah, and unfortunately, it was a pretty promising coil, especially because they do actually end up catching the Zeus with that one. But the arena focus is only onto the Bane, prevents the Fiend's Grip from coming through, but even then, the Golem to follow up is not really a super value one. Can't really get much with it. Rises, though, has yet to join too many fights, going to immediately, actually, second item, I should say, Maelstrom first, and then into the Lincoln Sphere.
Dire's middle tower is under
I do quite like that
attack.
build a lot better
Dire's
than just straight
structures
Lincolns.
are fortified.
And that's Maelstrom now coming to the Juggernaut.
I think Radiance is almost completed.
Soon. Yeah, very soon.
They are competing for farm. I don't really know how to gauge the farm of an offlane alchemist. Like when the Hawk was playing, they just went, Skitter, you're offlane now. I'm carry, right?
More or
This
less.
seems more divided between him and Costabile. And also Zeus, like you also have a greedy mid. I can't imagine. They're out greeting. This is the most NA draft I've ever seen. This is actually true NA fashion.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just three people that say farm or AFK, right? And so I guess they all get farm. Careful here, though. There's a ward. Rises sees this coming, but he's still caught
Nice
by the
Fiend's
grip
Grip.
all the same. And now with Costabula rotating and spinning on over from the side lanes, Rises
Oh, no.
able to get off the time lapse in place. No Omni Slash, but at least he tanks the entire duration of Fiend's Grip, which was nerfed here quite recently, maybe making a difference there.
Yeah.
Not that recently, actually, as Husky is going to die in the counter initiation. That's a support Ember Spirit here, so not the biggest kill in the world, but they should manage to get through here relatively easily. All the minus armor, they've got him down. With the one with the medallion's actually the Snapfire, so at least someone did end up building it. I don't mind if it's a Snap.
That's true. I think it's fine. She's actually going for the full Solar Crest as well, which I like as well.
Radiant's courier.
I mean, now they're hitting their timings, right, with this minus armor, and I feel like Nouns, they need to have something to show for it. I don't think Alk Radiance is strong enough, you know? I think you're like, at least on mid-Alk, it's usually BKB or BKB Blink even, which is your
Ooh.
timing.
I'll tell you what, though, what's pretty painful for
Oh,
Moo is that
no.
they've killed his courier with the final components of the Radiance online, so it's going to be delayed by another minute. Just hurts, you know, I mean, regardless of the build is good or not for your team, if it's too greedy or not, it just sucks to not have it for another 2 minutes, basically. Either way, you'd want him to be farming. It's the build that he's committed for, so you should, you know, we want him to actually use it. Not the case here. And Alpha will set their sights next on this Tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Monster with the full BKB, ready to show this one off. And Husky, without a grip, cannot really cancel it. Here comes the fight. It's a pretty good initiation, but once again, it's only the support Bane that they find with the arena.
Yeah, the Alchemist, again, no Radiant, Sacred Relic, at least he hits kind of hard. Monster just can wait with the BKB, rises, he wants to follow up, hoping to kill the Alk first, kind of tanky, but finally finished off. They actually commit the Chaotic Offering only for the Alk here.
Who is dead.
Who is dead.
Yep.
So, again, not the best usage of Chaotic Offering, but it's fine, because you can still maybe push mid with it.
Yeah, certainly.
Or maybe
on the next creep wave, they push mid, or perhaps
Where's
not.
Fishman? Oh, no.
Yeah, no, I think they're a bit scared, right? They don't have their own tier 1, so they are just backing away. You looking for our experts' opinion on the...
The Alk play, it just happened on stream. I was wondering what people would say.
I mean, listen, he hasn't done it since, so I do think that might have been an instance where, you know, he stuns himself top lane for 2 creeps and he says, guys, this is a pretty good farming ability.
That could actually
Everyone
be.
says, no, it's not. And then he's like, I'm going to do it, guys. I'm going to check it out.
And he kills himself.
And then he kills himself and they go, all right, you're done. Fleet is dead. Gunner with the kill there. Z-Frick with a good job going for the assist.
We did say in the beginning that no matter what Nouns does, even if they play well or not, like, they are a fun team to watch. And I think they are proving that.
Oh, never mind. I just heard another one. He's back to it.
Oh, he's back to it. Never mind. Bros, this actually works. Don't worry about it.
It's a long stun.
I think with Radiance, it feels like it would work better because you have residual damage, right, after you're stunned. But afterwards, are the auto attacks better
it's
at
a
one point?
long stun, too.
It is. Because
He's
you have to
like-
fully charge it.
He's not farming for doing that. So I don't know.
I have to
mean,
do the calculations, genuinely. I'm curious about this. Monster?
That's BKB Arena. Just needs the arena for now, but BKB to ignore the spin damage of Costabilan. They don't even get the kill there. And in fact, the grip from Husky, who's outside but had vision thanks to the Jug sitting on the inside here. The inside man, the Juggernauts, coming this fall.
Tower is under attack.
Now the only one to fall, at least, is going to be Monster, who has unable to really been, you know, he's been unable to find multi-hero arenas for the most part, right? It's been a bit of a struggle for him so far on the early Mars games, even with the BKB early. As here comes Moo now with his Radiance. He's going to join this smoke gank.
Oh, the smoke gank actually benefit Nouns, right? Because they still have the upper high ground. Fleet will be killed off by the Omni Slash. I
Who's
guess
done
you
himself again.
lost. No, he threw it, right? No? Never mind then. Only a kill on the Snapfire. Honestly, since you should be losing right now if you're Nouns, because you have no timings you're playing around, the fact that Alpha is not able to get kills is a huge deal for them. Gunner is honestly keeping them very hardcore in the game. I feel like Costabile is also playing a really aggressive Juggernaut, which benefits him a lot.
Yeah, but Weaver's farmed.
Yeah, she is. She is.
He is.
Husky? He is. Husky? Where's Lacoste when I need him? Dream Coil? They are going to kill Husky. So it's just an exchange of supports.
What do you Lacoste for?
Because he also calls Weaver a she.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, it's the unison of everyone that's not a native English speaker.
That's very-
Every language
very
is decided together.
I thought you said I can say Weaver if you want.
Yeah. No, Weaver is strong because she...
Yeah, I mean, the Weaver is going to be pretty good this game, especially with the Lincoln Sphere operational. Rises moving all over the map. He is not quite unkillable, right? Lightning Bolt will still pop the Lincolns, but it's a bit more sort of durable. Durable is the right word here, as he does scout the courier. That's going to be the BKB on cooldown for a while. Moo pops the ultimate. Will he decide to throw the Unstable Concoction? Unlikely. Can he get into a camp? No.
That's a great line. I bet he's heard that a lot.
Yes, he has. I mean, it's funny the first 3 times. After the 8th one, though, Avo, you do kind of get sick of it.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see. I mean, Alpha, they're slowly losing ground to the Alchemist and the Zeus. I think Zeus is super scary. I actually don't know how Weaver's going to deal with him either. Is he building BKB? BKB, sorry?
No, I accept her. For Weaver. Yeah.
Yes, okay, so BKB coming out relatively soon. Maybe that's the turning point for Alpha.
It is another defensive item, though, after Lincolns as well. I understand the use for the Lincolns.
You need both, though,
I get it.
I agree with you. I feel like Alpha, for what the draft is, especially against like 3 scaling cores, you're playing kind of slow.
Oh, good initiation.
Very good initiation. Costabile dying here is massive. You get the Ember, small thing. Unstable Concoction also gets thrown here. Moo didn't have to be next to them.
Nope, he didn't.
He's found his BKB, but I think his courier died somewhere along the way.
Yes, his courier died when the Weaver sniped it down here, had the
Oh, right.
Mithril Hammer on it, so he does have BKB, but yet again, he's going to have his item timing delayed. And that might make a difference here, because into the Roche Pit go Alpha. They still are holding on to time lapse as well as, oh my goodness, It's the minus armor. Yeah, that's significant. No TA either, no Slardar, but they make it look good and easy. At that, Pingwall the entire time, by the way, had Chaotic Offering. Going to be up to level 2, so very strong counter-initiating tool here, should Nouns have mounted an offense there into the Roche Pit. And Moon's still not deciding to build an Ag Scepter. I mean, seems like they've already talked about this. Gunner's already got the point booster for his own Ag, so wouldn't it, he'd be surprised, to be honest, at this stage if Moose swapped up the builds. No one else really needs an Ags. I think an Ags for Husky is amazing, to be honest. I think Bane Ags is incredibly strong. It's maybe even one of the better Ags in the entire game, even though it is a little bit weak to AoE damage, I will say. But just the fact that, you can cancel someone through BKB, and the entire team has got to focus not only you now, but maybe even some illusions, is pretty good. It's very valuable.
Yeah, for sure.
Fine looking bunch we are.
That's all about to be complete on the Ember. That could be a
Dire's bottom tower
nice little
is
turning
under
point against the
attack.
Mars. I hope Mars also deviates into more of a core strategy, I guess, because you're spending so much time farming. Because I like to see a Desolator this game, honestly, on Mars. If you're already going for minus armor strategy to a large degree, you already got the BKB early, right? You didn't have the timing of the Blink Dagger as much. You're playing a greedier Mars. Might as well make it to the end like that. I do think Zeus is going to have a ball this game, though. But
Well,
he's building his own eggs.
still balling on a budget for now. There's the BKB done for Moo.
Yeah, but as the game goes forward, I just feel like Zeus scales really nicely, and your tools to beat him are essentially the Weaver, right? But Weaver
Yeah.
needs so much farm this game.
Yeah, that's true, but, well, they're going Lincoln's on Soul as well. I thought maybe Aeon
that
Disc
all-
would have been the move.
Yeah. Is it all for the Fiend script or the concoction?
Well, that's the thing with Concoction. If he just doesn't throw it, he'll still stun you.
That's true, actually. He's getting very good at that. He's been practicing the whole game. Monster. Getting a fair amount of damage from Gunner. Gunner, though, keeping his distance. BKB on Weaver.
Middle tower is under
They go for a tower. This tower is particularly important. Taking another tier 1 mid so they can actually invade the jungle. They stopped an Ember here. And they break.
Oh,
Oh, nice
great.
Nightmare. Z-Freak is
Wow.
actually out. Husky on point with that save.
That was amazing.
I didn't even know you could stop that, actually.
Me neither.
And
Very well
the
done.
Alchemist is now in trouble. Activates a BKB. Unstable Concoction's ready as well. They drop the Golem, however. Rises, has been stopped with a Fiend script. Will they go for him? Can they kill him in time? Is BKB activated? They don't have much damage. They don't have any follow-up stun, so unfortunately Husky will fall. Costabile in a similar position, dying here. As Ember has been silenced and killed. The Illusory Orb coming here from Soul. There's Gunner fighting against everybody, but unfortunately, he doesn't deal that much damage, which means he'll be run down by an Alpha that
Pingu!
finally put
Upheaval!
gas. Finally, Alpha put
Get
the
out
pedal
of
to
there!
the metal,
Woo!
and they're capable of taking down Nouns. And now this should mean at least 2 objectives, I'd say. Tier 1 and Tier 2. If not, maybe a Roche as well. Oh, Roche is not available.
And
They just took it.
just a huge,
Yeah,
huge fight for Alpha, but a very big risk by Nouns. They were
Yes.
looking for a full team fight into a Weaver, fresh BKB, Lincolns, and Aegis.
Yep.
And again, it's not that bad of a Weaver game, especially when you have, well, BKB
Oh,
and
there they go.
Lincolns.
Tier 2.
under attack.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought that was odd, especially because I would say, once again, Alpha's in the lead, right? Like, your Alka is not farmed
Yeah.
enough. It seems like Alpha are hitting their timings better. I was worried if Alpha would take a really big chill pill, but I was thinking like 35 minutes onwards, not 26. Weaver certainly seems like the stronger here right now. Defensive items are not. Just the fact that everyone's going for steroids for you, right? Just the fact that you already have
Very good point.
the swarm. You don't even need that many offensive items this game.
Solar Crest is amazing here.
It
There's
is.
even some more move speed on the Shadow
Monster
Ward
is
AoE.
also a third carry at this point. Honestly, the way he's building the hero because of so many stats. Oh, very fascinating Scythe of Vice. Really like it.
Yeah, that'll be for
Hey, Prime.
just about anyone, really. Especially Jug, I think, is a prime target there. That's another unstable concoction tossed, breaking the Lincolns. What did he just buy? Oh, Moo has just bought a Blink Dagger here, it would appear. His newest item. Yep, he's putting that into his favorite Blink Dagger slot. Everyone's got their favorite Blink Dagger slot. That's his, right underneath the boots.
That's also my favorite one.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
I
what
like
my
it.
space bar is.
I like it right here.
My space bar is the Blink Dagger all the time because I like to be a Marvel. Sorry.
Sorry, guys, my bad.
No, not the sorry guys. The
Oh,
yeah, sorry for the hitting the table.
ah.
I meant to hit the keyboard.
Well, it
That's
happens.
actually half the time where I miss my Blink Dagger in my pubs. I
I
keep
can see
hitting
that.
the wrong.
Is that why I hear you pounding on your desk?
Yeah. Yeah, all the words I yell. Those are all me trying to voice act in my Blink Dagger.
Yeah. I understand that.
Ignore the insults. They're just
Lots of
part it.
Catalan to try and
Lots
voice
of Spanish as well, yeah.
Spanish, yeah.
When anger mixes things together, right?
No, it's very true. Ward here for Alpha does scout about half the enemy team. Nouns, though, on the retreat. It's going to be up to Soul to find a good initiation, but the ward erected there by Nouns does give them an advantage here, especially because they are onto the Warlock. Pingu is dead. A good Omni Slash committed there, but Kostabile now pinned to the walls of the arena, will be able to spin on through. Flea's kisses are going to be canceled by the Zeus, but he's taking a fair amount of damage as Rises, who's straight onto Pingu, or sorry, onto the Bane of Husky, who is killed off. Moo is going to find a target actually for the Unstable Concoction. It's actually the Puck, and in goes now. Oh wow, Husky, who's just bought back on the grip. Black Soul is dead. They've also scattered and killed off Flea. Rises, double Lincolns, what?
That's why they could actually stun the puck, as Lincolns was given to Rises instead, but now Rises is alone, has no help from his teammates. Kostabile wants to commit to this. They vesseled him, so he's not going to heal much right now. In fact, he's ticking down, but they know monsters nearby, so they're going to respect this Weaver. Let him walk away. I don't know what these team fights are, Rich.
Yeah, that was madness.
These are wild.
That was both teams.
Oh, wait, they're going for it. Zoomer, sorry, not Zoomers, Nouns. They have the opportunity, they lose Z-Freak though. Monster's the next target. Gunner, unfortunately, jumped the wrong direction there. I think he wanted to go to the high ground.
Back. He's got Golem.
Oh, they do have Golem, and Husky's now in trouble. Monster at the same position, though, as he misses the shield bash.
Weaver's farming.
I think Kostabile almost killed Monster, but he got a perfect spear onto the tree. Weaver is farming in the middle of this fight. Now they're going for the... Oh, wait, what's the Snapfire TP? This isn't complete. No, that's incomplete. That's incomplete. Okay, he's just baiting it.
Cookie outside. He thought about it. He's actually holding a Mindbreaker as well on the Snapfire. That's a curious one. Ring of Akala here on Rises.
I guess if you pick... Oh, Gunner. There's a good Nimbus. Can they...
No grip,
no, they have nothing. And Gunner now got caught in the Dream Coil, but Kostabile is here to help. The puck is forced to use the invisibility rune to get away.
I'm like very eager to fight right now. Very eager to fight, just throwing down their abilities all somewhat willy-nilly like. Hasn't done too poorly for them, I should add, but not really coming together here. At least they are keeping Nouns at bay, but they're about to get a couple of their core abilities back up and ready to go here, with especially Fiend's Grip as well as the Omni Slash now both ready to go. But it's the Scythe of Vice out from Monster, who finds the Alchemist into the arena. Double BKB for Alpha as they will slay the Alch. Soul, though, in trouble as the spin out from Kostabile, doing significant damage before he can jump inside of the phase shift. Rise is continuing to fight, but is going to be caught by the grip of Husky. Nothing to cancel. Kostabile is in as well with the Omni. Gets the kill. Z-Freak jumping forward, looking for more, but the rest of Alpha have scattered to the wind, so they have actually lost the puck as well in this fight. And it's going to be Nouns, who will look for more after picking off 2 cores, likely the 3rd. Kiss is coming down. Might actually be able to get Z-Freak in return, but he gets the Remnants off in time, and they can't get enough damage out from the Fatal Bonds. So it's Nouns who win that skirmish, despite Alpha opening it up beautifully there with an easy kill onto the Alpha.
Okay, now the tides seem to be turning a little bit, right? With the Weaver dying a couple of times, allowing Nouns to recover as well. The Alch is looking scarier and scarier by the second, and he has to be dealt with, but it's harder and harder for them to deal with. Like I said, the Zeus is having a ball right now.
Yeah.
They have to... It's difficult, right? Because Weaver is your main carry, but you have to deal with Alch, Jug, and Zeus at the same time. They're all equal net worth. Seems like Nouns is kind of recovering back into this game. As it goes longer and longer, Alpha was not entirely able to utilize their window opportunity, but we'll see though. There's still a lot of time for Alpha. I think Refresher for Monster will be a huge turning point as well, as Double Arena should destroy them.
Double Sheepstick as well, I think is pretty nice.
And Double Arena is especially useful against Zeus, because I don't think you can actually jump out of both in this situation. When you're Zeus, what you have to do to get out of one arena, if you get caught, is you hit the wall and then you jump out of it, right? And because you have a small like timer where you can jump out of it. But when there's 2, I just don't think that's possible. You have to jump out of 1 and then wait for you. Yeah,
especially if you're turned into a sheep.
Yes. And then they shish kebab you against the arena. It's like, you know.
Take a look at some of the items here. Nothing too crazy. Double shard. Flea's got his shard now with Blink Dagger, so that's something to be on the lookout for.
Oh, true. Yeah, now you have a little more initiation. That could help you burst down Kostabile, which I think is actually one of the more burstable heroes on the Nouns line.
Has a Dispel, a Berserk Potion that he can actually just throw at anyone and himself, and it'll feel good.
It's only basic Dispel,
He's a bit early, though, on this one, unfortunately.
It's okay. He's used to this. They're like pinging him down. Okay, they're actually checking if there's any wards. Because you can see... Yeah, I don't know if you could see it through smoke, actually.
Good question. Not sure.
Thunder God's Wrath for Vision.
They only see the Pingu Warlock, so they know the rest of the team is probably up in the enemy triangle. Roche has just respawned. Second Roche, shard on him.
Were they smoked?
They were smoked. Okay. Alpha did smoke to get into the Radiant triangle.
Alright. Force Staff of Snap. That's going to help a little more mobility. Easier to get that Shard Scatter Blast.
What else had shard? I saw 4 shards. Jug shard, standard stuff. Ember shard as well for the supports. Quite nice, I would say. Gives him that burn radius, as well as one more remnant if he happens to so get a kill in one of these fights. And everyone also shard is, I think, fairly run-of-the-mill. The stage of the meta. Police Courier was killed. That was the 4 staff there. Finished. And actually, Nouns mass TP back and look for a fight on the high ground.
Okay. There's the Weaver. She has been cookied, and she is not going to be saved. Unfortunately, Phoenix got a little bit too strong. All they need to do is cancel that Linken's, and they're golden.
Yeah, it's really good. They might look for a second as well. Flea needs to dodge the vision, but they've got vision now on the Snapfire. Long distance throw from downtown. Moo's got the kill, and that should open up Nouns here. Likely to go undo Roach, especially after they remove this Observer Ward that Alpha had in the vicinity. Oh, with the DD active as well there for Costabile. Yep, this is going to be very nice for him. Only one person doesn't have shard on the team, and that's the Bane, so I suppose he finally gets this AoE brain sap. Other than that, Aegis, of course, is the big thing here.
It's not bad, actually, for team fights.
Yeah, it's not bad. The lifesteal, of course, on secondary target isn't 100%. That'd be pretty crazy, but yeah, this one's still real good.
Yeah. I mean, the damage is still full, right? So the Roche will fall here, finally. And I think this is the turning point for Nouns, I'd say. Right now, they're at a moment where they're leading most likely. They give the shard there to Husky.
Just drop it on the floor.
Yeah, it's just disregarding Husky's existence. And we'll see what Alpha's plans are. They still have good team fight, but I feel like the execution now needs to be really good. And honestly, Alpha's issue right now is they have to target 3 heroes. I don't really know who has priority, because if you don't kill the Alk, Jug and Zeus kill you. They don't kill the Zeus, Jug and Alk kill you. Like these 3 heroes are very equal in what they can accomplish, and they scale kind of equally as well. Sure. Maybe Alk is the weakest one out of the 3, but he's really good at bursting you down, right?
I'd say so. Yeah, I'd definitely say so.
He's now building Ags. I like this. I think an Ags for the Jug would really do wonders as Mu transitions from being the Soul Wind condition into more of a supporter.
With the attack speed on Mjolnir, right? Being able to use that with Swift Slash, maybe finding a bash in the midst of things is going to be potentially very powerful here. Mu is actually going to stop defending bottom. Yeah, I like the first Ags of the game. Fleet, likely to be dove here. There's the Nimby giving vision, and Mu as well to jump in.
Where does that come from?
Plenty of damage. Nimby? Lacoste, probably.
Oh, okay.
Because he said Philly and Nimby.
Is Philly also his?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I'd say so. He does seem like the kind of guy who would want to rediscover the Philosopher's Stone. You know what that is, right?
Yeah. What all the alchemists were looking for.
Yeah, quite
Turns any substance into gold?
It was apparently the one thing that could turn all the substances to gold. And very aptly here, Mu, well, turning just about everything into gold, as he is going to switch up his item build and say, Ag Scepter, how about a Shiva's Guard?
Honestly, I think they're both of equal power. Like, as long as you're going for more of a supporter, I like this, right? Shiva's Guard, the aura is really useful. You already have the plate mail in your inventory, hence why he's thinking about this.
Yeah.
And Ags on Jug is good, but it's not like the be-all, end-all, so.
Yeah, Axe for himself would literally just give him a little bit of bonus damage and some spell lamp, nothing too crazy.
Now, you want to start giving Ags to others first, obviously.
Yes. But just, I mean, I think Alk Ags is always that, to be honest. You do keep stats on his Ag Synth. That is the nice part, right? Compared to buying the Ag's Blessing.
That's why I think eventually you probably give it to your other cores. I don't know. Are you really thinking, what if this game goes 90 minutes in and my Alk needs Ags? Like, if that's your thought process with Alk, you're probably losing the game. I don't think that's what they're considering either. We'll see. I mean, you can also give, like, the supports are a good Ags, right? Like, if you give Bane or Ember Ags, we don't really consider that because...
I like Bane Ags better.
Oh, Bane Ags is much better. Yeah, I agree. I think Bane Ags is something he'll never farm, right? Yep. But it's incredibly powerful, this game. I forget how... Do you know how far the illusions are spread apart?
Yeah, they kind of spawn to the left and right of you.
Yeah, but do you know the distance? Like, can Dreamcoil catch all 3?
No, I don't believe it can. It can.
Okay.
You, like a good, obviously, a good Illusory Orb can, right? A good Spear definitely could. But yeah, they spawn to the left and right of you. I think it's like 15-degree angles, if you can kind of imagine that. Or what is that?
Yeah, I can imagine.
I don't even remember. What is it? It's 2 pies. It's one radian.
It's more the...
It's like half a radian.
It's more the distance, right? Like, if you can just Waning Rift them or Cookie them, it feels really weak. But I remember there being further apart.
Pi thirds radian. Yeah. It's pretty decent.
I don't just saying a random numbers.
Oh, you don't know a radian?
Yeah, I do. But, like... Why? Everyone understands 15 degrees.
It's because they're rad.
Oh,
are fortified.
oh, brother.
You know what else is red? Double sheepstick, double arena, ready to go for Monster. Oh, BKB, of course, is not too shabby either.
Okay, Thunder God's Wrath, I guess for Vision.
Yeah, just to see if this was a solo push or not, and I
think
all
that's-
of Alpha are back here.
Level 25 on Gunner as well. He went for the AoE lightning bolt.
Does that mean it can be blocked by Lincolns or not? How does that work? Is it like AoE Hex?
I'll be honest with you, I actually don't know.
I'm not sure either, because AoE Hex ignores Lincolns.
Yeah, yeah.
I know that for sure.
But for example, the AoE
Dragon
Cold Feet
Tail also needs
blocks-
a target.
Yeah, Cold Feet's the same.
Find a camp!
Farming, Moo!
He's farming, guys.
You just
I'm farming.
wasted a concoction, man!
Farming concoction, don't worry, guys. Everything's nothing to see here. Good vision, though, as nouns are going to be scouted. Kiss is coming on down onto Moo. He's going to pop the ultimate. First sheepstick of 2 is going to connect on Costabula as Monster holding on to the BKB. Gets bashed immediately before he can get off an arena. Will retreat. Still has Refresher here for his second salvo of spells, but is looking for the first arena, which does now find Costabula pinned to the walls of the arena. Rises as well, sneaking around the fight. Has sniped the Bane the once, but in trouble is actually going to be the Puck, who does manage to hide and blink away. Moo attempting to find the stun, but really, he was here for the small camp.
Yep. Good try, though. Good try.
Yeah, no, genuinely a very good try.
It's actually one of the few stuns that it's not really up to the Puck's ability, right? As long as his Blink Dagger's on cooldown, not much you can do. And it's difficult to time, though. Very, very difficult to time.
And a good fight here as they kind of just snipe the Bane, force him to buy back.
Yeah.
Costabula as well is just about to lose this Aegis.
Yeah, which I think is the biggest part, right? They delay this. So you don't get this big push from Nouns. Of course, now Alpha needs to still win a fight, right? Which is getting harder and harder,
Yeah.
exponentially so, but...
But, I mean, you take a look at what they've accomplished with this Aegis over for
Yeah.
Nouns, and it was a tier 2 top and a tier 2 bottom. That's it. Alpha forced them back twice.
That's second Aegis as well. So, like, if first Aegis doing that is fine, but second Aegis, you're expecting high ground at that point. We hear Unstable Concoction. Find a camp!
in there! Oh, no!
Oh.
Husky!
Husky's done with this guy. He's just chasing him around, preventing his Unstable Concoction from hitting creeps.
Plus 300 gold there on Moo. Thank you very much, Grubble's Greed.
Yep.
Who says it doesn't do anything to the late game?
Now he is going to be going ag. I, once again, would not mind if it was actually for Bane.
Yeah, I think it should be for Bane.
Yep. Because he's also building BKB, right? So more used to that. And now you have like 3 illusions you can move around. You can activate BKB in the middle of it. There's a lot of options you have here. Puck is close to level 25, though. I'm curious if he's going to choose the Dream Coil talent. Usually that's the more popular one. Against Jug, I'd probably recommend it, especially considering your build.
2 security charges for Weaver, as he is going to hit
Ooh,
25.
really?
Yep, Monster is quite close to his own 25 talent. I really wonder which one he wants to go for.
God's Rebuke, I think. 'Cause you're probably not fighting inside the arena as much as you'd like, right? So you're not going to get the HP bonus as much as you enjoy.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that, personally. Kostabula up to 25. Oh, sorry, 23, pardon me. Read that quite correctly. And I think, yeah, we've already seen the Zeus 25 talent. Anything else? No. A couple of heroes getting close, mostly for Dire. They're going to hit their spikes a bit sooner, potentially here, right when Roche is respawning.
Oh. He is not charging us the concussion, thank God. He's being a little safer about it, because he might just block a smoke. I don't know if he's the best hero. Okay, there's Mars Arena used for the Bane. Costabile fighting against Monster head-on. Lacks the damage, however, so he can't really bring him down. BKB forced as well from Moo. Does Alpha 1 actually fight this? I don't think they have a choice. Gunner could be in trouble. They see him with a swarm now. He gets another Nimbus off, but Gunner will die. At least throws all the damage he can before he falls. Now it's up to Moon Costabile to carry this fight. They haven't killed anyone just yet. They're going for Weaver first. Rises is low with a searing chains. They set up for the skill. Rises is down. Costabile equalizes this fight. As Flea is trying to TP.
Oh,
well done.
Just a second late there.
See Freak Ember, we haven't talked about him, but oh my god, what a performance he's been doing.
Yeah, he's been doing fantastic, I've got to admit. The gem on Jug meant that even with 2 Sakuchi charges, there's absolutely no way Weaver was going to be able to outrun the wrath of Costabile. The only question is, how big of a victory is this going to be for Nouns? If this is going to be a fast Roche here within 25 to 35 seconds, they will undoubtedly be able to take the next fight. However, if it's a bit longer, even up to a minute, there might be another Chaotic offering up and ready to go, which would be a much more even playing field, even with the Tricore that Nouns have so far been executing on. We'll see here. Only this Roche timer will tell. For now, all that Alpha can do are kind of push these lanes and do their best to ensure that, you know, the push damage is going to be not as bad as it could be. He has gone, by the way, for the Arena of Blood HP regen on the Mars. And I believe Puck also hit 25. It is Dream Coil Pierce's Magic Immunity. We're looking for Moose 25. He has not yet claimed one.
Radiant's middle
Still
tower
thinking.
is under attack.
Oh, there it is. Chemical Rage. Regen.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're a tank at this point, right? Because you're still an offlaner, technically. Mu has reminded himself of that. The Hawk never really learned that lesson, so...
And he's ready to give his first Ag Scepter of the match with the second
Who's
one
it gonna be,
already in the
Richie?
quick buy. You know, maybe you give it to Ember here.
Because he's doing so well as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, honestly, Z-Frig has been playing well.
It's a long Roche, by the
Oh,
way.
no,
1
he
minute,
decided
20
Ember doesn't
seconds.
deserve it. Z-Frig's asking for it. They're both biting for his
Husky.
attention. Classic.
No.
We're seeing two supports trying to court the Alk into giving them the Alk.
No, don't give it to
The
Gunnar.
Axe.
No!
And the mid
No.
laner takes the Aghanim Scepter
Ah.
in front of the two supports.
Greed is good.
My god. I mean, now Gunnar can go for another more valuable item.
Yeah, or you could have just used this money. I mean, sure, whatever. What can you do, man? It's a Core's world, and we're all just living in it. Don't worry, fellow support players. This next Ag's Copium. It's certainly going to be for him. Copium. It's going to be for Costabula next. Husky's number 5 on the list. Mu is going to give himself an Ag Scepter first. Though, starting to really pump out some damage, though, as he now has finished up the Daedalus on top of Dragonlance and the Mjolnir. Sorry, that's not Mjolnir. That is Gleipnir. Roche about to spawn in 10 seconds. Mu's going to be the first one into the pit to go some scouting. So, he's going to scout him here with the Illusory Orb. He scouts the Blink Dagger. Roche about to respawn here momentarily. And there he is. He carries an Ag's Blessing. Z-Freak doesn't quite check the pit.
Oh, Alk is like, guys, I've been working so hard, and Roche just gives it to you for free?
Radiant's courier has been
No respect for the working man anymore? Costabulus Courier was carrying a clarity.
Yeah, I think it was scouting around the side here as nouns are going to be able to smoke and recapture their triangle. Although they're holding a pretty decent ward, they will now be able to scout Roche off the back of that Illusory Orb. Nouns baiting this next creep wave here, daring anyone to farm it. Soul in the river. Once again, just double checking that Roche is actually there. As Nouns ready to make the jump. They see Black Soul rooted immediately. First hit bash as well with the grip being applied. Someone save. No one can save Black Soul. He's dead. Does have buyback even with the first Arena of Blood. Monster can do nothing. The Sheepstick though does connect on the Z-Freak, and that's a fantastic second spear. As I believe that was not even an Omnislash, just the regular Juggernaut murdering the Golem. Still though, that's 2 arenas and nothing to show for it here out from Alpha.
Yeah, it's true. And Refresh has been used, which means that you don't have the double BKB either. I don't know.
I heard, of course, Moosh on himself again.
He was farming again. Yeah, that makes sense. I think now the Roche is free for them, right?
Looks
Because
like it.
without the arena and without the puck, I guess puck can buy back, but you've also used the chaotic offering.
Yep. That's not going to be available for a long time, another 2 minutes.
Tower is under attack.
That turned into a pretty rough fight the way that they got initiated on there. Fortunately, Black Soul doing a bit of adventuring and didn't really even go too far from the starting area before he got
Radiant's
ganked.
middle tower is under attack.
Now, Chrysabula straight into the Roche pit here. Kisses? Okay, are going to force the spin. That's going to let him know that they are doing Roche. Mu, ready to make the jump here. Just needs to find a target. Has found 3! And immediately back in as well is Z-Freak.
Wow.
The damage is massive off the Dumble Nimbus. 3 dead just like that. Gunnar claims 2 of the kills, with Mu getting the 3rd.
Yeah.
And that is pure punishment coming through out from Nouns. Very well done by Mu.
Loved what you said, the dumbbell Nimbus, because he was doing so much heavy lifting there, as Mu also got a fantastic unstable concoction. I mean, what an initiation. He didn't even have to stun himself for that. Imagine the skill of Mu here, as now the scaling is too far gone. We talked about this all the time. There's the extra Bane.
Yay!
In case you guys don't know, it's not just to secure your Fiend's Grip, it's more about the Bane being able to move around into the Fiend's Grip,
Yes.
and the cooldown reduction, which often gets overlooked, but it's massive. I think it's down to 45 seconds now, or 55.
55, yep.
There you go. It's incredible. So
Still pretty good.
yeah, very, very good. And now we'll see probably Nouns just taking over the game. Alpha just doesn't scale anymore. They took a really long time to push and to do anything.
Yeah, and Icestrike was very uncertain about adding this Axe into the game. At
How do you
first,
know?
these illusions used to take 700% damage,
yeah.
so you would like sneeze on them and they would explode.
And now they realize, okay, it's not actually that strong. It's a 5 Bane.
Yeah.
If he ever manages to farm an Ags, I think he deserves
He
it.
deserves it. He deserves a 5-second Fiend script. Let him have one.
Yeah. There's Gleipnir to clear the creep wave, but Costabile will just keep on pushing.
Dire's top tower
Now it's Costabile who's the real win condition, as Puck gets rid of his healing ward at the very least. We have Swiss Slash on him as well now, so be careful. It might not be an Omni. Lots of baits that can happen as the racks fall. Alka's joining. With the Berserker Potion, you actually have a much faster pushing power.
Wow, that's just annihilated that creep wave.
Okay, so there, alright, there's no more, the tier 2 mid is still standing, so I guess they will not try to go for bottom, that's too risky a play, I respect that. They still have Aegis, however, so there needs to be a push somewhere.
Jark's about to finish up Abyssal Blade. He'll have buyback on top of that, I believe, with his surplus. Yes, but just barely. But he is very rich and ought to take a trip to the secret shop to enable that. And speaking of enabling things, Husky now, I believe the only thing that will cancel his BKB being channeled is going to be now likely just the Golem.
Chaotic Offering, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Dream Coil, right?
Dream Coil would do it, but I don't think you can catch all of his illusions. While I believe an Offering might be able to do so.
I honestly have not seen the Ags enough to be able to.
I've only purchased it the once, so I haven't seen it either. I'm eager to take a look.
Yep, we'll see. I honestly think the strength of the Ags once again though is not completing your full grip though. I think it is
like
yeah, that's right.
something like that.
Sure, great lines. It's once again the strength of being able to move the Bane afterwards, right? So you can always like Fiend's Grip and then Nightmare immediately the Warlock, and then you're kind of golden, right?
Yeah, true. That is a strength of it. Much like the Lich Sinister Gaze.
And then
it's the current eggs.
They have to use like a spear or something, or like a really good spear. Does Monster have Shard?
I don't think he does, actually.
He does not, okay.
Yeah, which was quite strange, right? I think the Shard is really good for the amount of times that he would have caught 2 heroes on them.
You only get stunned on the first one, I'm pretty sure, with the spear, right? Like if it hits one person, the second one only gets moved and hit.
It'll impel too.
No, not with the Shard, I mean without the Shard.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, the first person blocks the Shard, right? Because once the illusions get stunned, in case you guys don't know, for the Bane Ags, they die. Okay, we're seeing a beginning of a fight here. With the arena kind of cancelled here by the Fiend's Grip. And there's the 3 Banes. Nobody's cancelling and nobody can. Husky with the BKB is committing to this full Fiend's Grip. But Husky now needs to run away because there's Rises coming after him. The BKB has been triggered by Rises though, so they could try to punish this here. You know, they're out of resources here on Alpha. Where's the damage coming in from Nouns? They're just gathering together around the Nemesis, making sure they can fight in an area they're comfortable with. Costabile will find the poor Snapfire instead of going for the puck. There's the second arena, the second BKB from Monster as well. They kill off Pingu though. Chaotic Offering up on death. And Husky just trying to barely survive. Thanks to the Brain Sap, you live a little bit longer. Finally goes down as Flea falls with him.
Rapier
they
on this
get a
Weaver.
Basher. This Weaver's about to lose the Rapier. That Basher's super important. There's damage that's finally used. Monster, though, he gives it over to the Creep, so it's kind of useless. It doesn't really matter, though, because Moo brings down Rises. Now taking the Rapier for himself. Eats the cheese, grabs the Rapier, and now we're going to see the final push possibly by Nouns. But there's a lot of buybacks used by Alpha. We don't have buyback on the Ember. Maybe it's not the wisest choice to go just yet, even with the Aegis. Costabile apparently wants to just finish off these range wrecks.
Yep, and Moo
has
buybacks. Picked up the Rapier. Now that is an active Rapier, he cannot drop this.
Yep, unless he dies.
Unless he dies. Very good point. Double buyback now is
Zeus okay. They want to finish this.
They got a bounty rune or something, but they were both very close. They were like less than 100 gold away, so might have just gotten it with passive gold.
Okay, Moo doesn't actually hurt that much, to be honest. I was expecting a more damage, but this is awfully Alk after all. Costabile, good Blade Fury, preventing the initiation. Monster, oh, that's a lot of damage on God's Wrath. The Basher hits him too. There's the Nimbus as well. You don't have Refresh.
Nice.
Doesn't matter. Swiss Slash will finish him off. As they also Hex over the Puck. The Fiend's Grip with the endless triggers. So Puck is fine for now. Pingu, however, will not be. And he falls as well to Nouns. At least Mars is back here, hoping to kill off Gunner, but the Ancient is being torn to shreds. Someone protect this building. They can't. Costabile will take it together with Moo. And Nouns, after a grueling 15 minutes, will take the first game of the series against Alpha.
Yep. Really good job by Nouns. The triple core ends up working pretty nicely for them. Alpha just not quite up to par on the spell casting, I have to say. Quite simply put. I think they're...